Even after 2 months, I was like, how is this even possible?
If you are looking for a sign to get into appointment setting in 2026, this is the only video you need to watch in order to make the best decision in your entire life. Today, I'm with one of my first and best students, Giuliano. He's been in the space for nearly 3 years now, and I want to talk more about his experience from day one, before becoming an appointment setter, what he was working as, what got him to get started with appointment setting, and up until this point where he's making over 12K a month with his own agency. Giuliano, tell us more about how you get into appointment setting.
Well, first things first, hello everyone, and I'm really glad to be here, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell you my whole story. Like you've been life changing for me, and you will hear the whole story pretty soon.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Well, tell you a bit about me. 4 years ago, I was actually a broke student when I decided to actually drop out and choose another way of living this life, because university literally ruined my life. Like I was depressed, I was in a bad shape, I wasn't doing anything at all, I was just wasting my time. As you probably know, guys, like how universities are, most of them, not all of them. I was choosing like a really bad path because I was doing like a marketing university or some shit like that, like definitely useless university from my point of view. I mean, even when I see my colleagues from back in the day, all of them, they ended up broke, they ended up chasing other paths. So that's when I decided to choose another way of living this life and get a job. And I worked in customer support for around 6 months, where again I was earning pretty decent money for the country I'm from, but obviously it wasn't enough. So that's when I decided, okay, I need a big change in my life. I had some money saved and I was like, fuck it, I'm going all in into this because I am tired of living this boring life. And that's when I met Sebin. This guy literally changed my life in a matter of months, and I couldn't believe it. I could never believe this is possible, and I was like flabbergasted. Like after seeing my progress, even after 2 months, I was like, how is this even possible to do this? So yeah, bro, this is how my life was so far.
Yeah, bro, I even remember your first day when you first got started. I know you were like so skeptical about getting started actually, and even after teaching you a skill, you were having so many second thoughts about this working, and that's when I was able to place you with one of the biggest youth automation coaches, right? I don't want to get into like names and shit because GDPR, so I'm gonna avoid that. But Giuliano had one of the most amazing progresses I've ever seen within all my students. He's been able to crush his first month with over 2.5k USD, that's around 50k cash collected USD, and afterwards it just went upwards. He was able to make 2.8, 3k months, 4k months, up to like 5, 6k months, and then he had one major step in his life that made him realize that, okay, before I started with appointment setting, I tried something else, but I failed because of a major reason. Maybe he can tell you more about what that was and how setting benefited him and got him to 12k months, and now he's doing it consistently. Brother?
I definitely agree with everything he said, because before I got into appointment setting, I got into an industry which is called OFM. Most of the guys that have been on the internet most likely know about this industry. Again, I don't want to get into the name of it because, you know, it might affect the rich, but you guys probably know the name of the industry and what is it about. And that's when I also got into appointment setting, because I first didn't thought it will benefit me in all aspects of life, not only that industry itself. But that's when I got into appointment setting, and in the second month I was earning more than I did at my customer support job, which was crazy to me. Like, getting into numbers, I was earning 1k at my customer support job, which was pretty decent for my country, but I wanted more. And then I managed to crush the second month and ended up in 2.5k in commissions, which was crazy to me. It was like literally life changing. My eyes couldn't believe that was actually doable.
Indeed, bro. Indeed. And besides the money, bro, because you know money is just a byproduct of you living the life you want to live. How did that make a change in your day-to-day life? What did that allow you to achieve besides just, you know, being able to be kind of financially free, because you get to a point where you can afford more than just basic stuff. You can go to nice places, nice restaurants. But what did that unlock for you specifically in terms of maybe? I remember you told me about helping your mother and shit. Maybe I don't know if you want to share. I know it's confidential. If you don't want to share it, bro, it's fine. But if you want to share it, man, I think that could be very very crucial for guys that really are on the fence about starting something like this and changing their lives and their families' lives, of course.
Nah, bro, you did you did too many things for me not to tell the whole story for the people watching, because not only that I changed my life at 180 degrees, I also impacted my family's life. I got my mother out of all of the debt we have back in the day, which was crazy because we were in ties with all of these banks, with loans. You know how most of the people are living. She was working a minimum wage job, and I managed to get her debt free in like matter of months, which is like crazy. And besides that, and how it actually impacted my own life, you can actually see on my social medias that 4 years ago I wasn't doing nothing at all. I have pictures posted, bro, from my fucking town, and then in a year I had pictures posted from London, from Switzerland, from Italy. I visited the entire Italy, bro. It was crazy. It was life changing for me. So many countries I visited due to appointment setting, and yeah, it's crazy. And before getting into the business itself, I'm telling you, appointment setting has a big impact about your life when it comes to discipline. It gets you really disciplined because Sabian not only teach how to run the business itself, he also teach how to actually be as productive as possible. So yeah, bro, it was life changing.
Yeah, bro, and that's a point where I wanted to touch as well, because many of these gurus online tell you that you can only you can make so much money with only 2 hours of work. You don't need to do anything else. You just text people, you make money, bro. That's bullshit. I'm just gonna call it cap right now, because most of these gurus just want your money. I really want to bring results because money is a byproduct of bringing amazing results to one of my students like Giuliano. I have many people that I help, like Cosmin right there. I'm gonna put his picture up there. Cosmin, Delphi, Nago, and many more. I've helped many people change their lives with appointment setting, and that's just because not only they learn the skill, but the mindset of becoming a fucking winner. You need to learn how to speak like a business owner, how to manage your finances like one, and how to actually think about your next step and not procrastinating in setting. Like that's what Giuliano did, Lord, because besides just being able to travel the world and paying his mother's debts and living the life he lives right now, like I mentioned before, he remembered that he got back to the roots, and he got to a point where the only thing that was keeping him from scaling that business as well was dialing in his sales processes. And that means learning setting, learning how a big business works, and replicating the success within his own business. And now he's crushing 10, 12K months and even beyond. You know, I'm actually proud of him because he's one of my best students that made the most out of setting. He doesn't procrastinate, he doesn't stay there for too long. He actually decided that he learned the skill, he know how it works, he know what big businesses have in common, and he just got it out of there and replicated the success, which is fucking amazing to me, right? So I want to ask him one more question, which will make most of you realize that that's the most important thing you need to like have in any other business. Because, for example, with dropshipping, you need capital, you need a lot of money to start, you need skin in the game, you need network. With e-commerce, with trading, you need the same thing. On the other hand, what's the most important thing you need to know before starting a business?
The most important skill that you learn when doing appointment setting, and it will help you in every aspect of life, even with people, socializing, right? It's sales.
Exactly.
Sales is the pinnacle of everything, of women, of business, everything, bro.
True, bro.
So by learning these skills of sales, right, that you obviously have to learn when doing appointment setting, because this is what's it about. You also will improve every aspect of your life. You get better with women, you get better at owning your own business, you get better
True,
at
bro.
everything. So that's how appointment setting impacted my life so far.
Yeah, it's all about human psychology, man, because you get to a point where you're able to read people's mind and know what they're talking about. If they're talking BS, if they're being real, or if they have doubts about you being able to do X, Y, and Z. It really depends, because it can be a sales aspect and a real life aspect. And I think that's very crucial, not only within your career, but with your life as well. You'll be able to be a changed man or even a missus, because if you're a woman and watch this, this applies to you as well within the next year or even less. But as I mentioned before, I don't want you to feel like this is a skill that's gonna make the most impact in your life, because you can learn how to sell, but if you don't learn how to be a human, you're gonna suck at everything you're doing in life, right? Also, bro, I appreciate you for being honest with everything you said so far. I remember that there is one thing people need to know before diving their toes into every single business model. It doesn't matter if it's appointment setting, if it's dropshipping, if it's trading, I don't care what you start, but it's important to have the right mindset about it. So, bro, what was the most crucial thing that helped you become the best version of yourself that had a mindset of a fucking champion that never wanted to quit?
Definitely one of the most important things, if not the most important, is dedication. This is literally the most important thing. And also like never giving up no matter how bad of a month that is, because we spoke about the fruits of the business itself, right? After months, of course, getting my mom out of debt, traveling, of course, these are the fruits of the business, but this didn't happen overnight. This is not a get rich quick scheme.
True.
This
True.
Everything that happened to me, every benefit that I had because of this business, it's due to dedication, never giving up, and of course the drive also as well. You can never lose drive, no matter, again, the first month may be bad, but you never have to lose your drive when starting all of this. And again, it applies to every single business out there, as Sabin said.
True, bro. And that's why most people fail. As I mentioned, it doesn't matter if it's appointment setting or even like every other business. They fail because they lack discipline. They think that they're gonna get money quick, they're gonna get rich overnight, which is not true, bro. You've been sold a lie, and you're thinking that money should come fast if you just start a business like dropshipping or setting or even like whatever, bro. That's the thing that got you thinking you need to make money fast. That's the most bullshit thing I've ever heard within those 3 years of getting into business. So this is an important subject I want to touch on as well, because since he's been in the space for too long, he's also been able to like see the many backends of successful businesses and many successful coaches and business owners that made hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month, up to 7 figures every single month. So what would you say is a trait that someone needs to have besides not being a quitter and having the discipline?
What helped me the most in this journey is getting better at it every single day. You need to be the best version of yourself every single day. You need to improve daily. Firstly, you don't need to be arrogant about it. You need to always learn, all right, from people that are better than you at this. You need to always learn. Lay your head down. Of course, in the beginning, I know maybe some of you guys have problems with ego. That's all right. But in business, and again, every single business model out there, you need to lay your head down when you have to, basically, because if you're not going to do this, obviously you're never going to improve, because you can learn a lot from the people around you. I guess we spoke a lot about me in this podcast, and what people need to know, because your story is also really inspiring, right? The people need to know your story as well. So how I want you to tell us, like, how was your journey so far?
Yeah, it's I would say it's a very delicate question for me. It's a very delicate subject, because when I first started, I had a similar story to Giuliano. It was 2022. I got in college, and I realized within the first minutes of being in that fucking class of dorks, story boys, if you're in college, but that's the reality, bro. Like, there were just dorks there. I'm not a guru now. I'm not trying to like speak about everyone, but it wasn't my place. I always felt like I was destined for more. So I went home. I got fucking depressed, bro. Like, if someone tells you like they're depressed, most of the time it's bullshit. But when people realize that they will live the same life until they fucking die, that's called depression. So I went into a mode and into a mindset where I knew that I was forced to actually pursue something different. So I locked myself into my room. I dropped out of college. Within the first week, I tried for a few days, but fuck it. It just wasn't this, right? I tried for a few days, and afterwards, I was being able to get a 9 to 5 job, a customer support role. I was making around 1.2k euros, 1k euros. So I've been able to save money, like a lot of money. I would say like 4 or 5k. And I came across a dude that was selling high ticket appointment setting. I even remember his name. I'm not gonna give it out right there because I said GDPR. It's bullshit, but I can't. And that guy, when I messaged him, he was like, "Yeah, do you have 4K?" I was like, "No, no, I have no money, bro. What the fuck?" So I was like, "Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna start on my own." I started on my own. I failed a lot, and because I failed so much, I spent all the money I saved. It was around 3.5K on a fucking mentor. Um, I don't advise you to take a mentor if you don't feel like it, bro. But that's like walking barefoot through fucking stone and fucking glass, hoping to get to the finish line, versus taking a Ferrari and getting to the finish line, right? I think the comparison is obvious. You will get way faster to your destination, but it will cost money. So if you're not ready to do it, try on your own, but that's what helped me as well. And since then, my life took an interesting turn. I've been able to hop on these mentoring calls daily. I've been so obsessed with the game that I was sleeping on my chair, waking up on my chair, going to the job, coming back, putting in some more work, taking some more notes, doing some more role plays, and then I got my first role. And that's when it went even crazier because I was so fucking hungry to make this change. I was working over 16-hour days or 18-hour days, barely sleeping, barely eating. Do you know how David Goggins says, we're in that mind state where you don't get along with anybody? That's when you know you're doing something right. And that was me at that point. I was so fucking obsessed with the game. My first month of real work, because I worked for like 3 months for free for a guy that, said, I'm gonna pay, but he never paid me because he fucking sucked. That's what I realized after some months. I started working with someone that was very big in the info space, very big into the B2B space. I can say his name because he's a good friend of mine as well. Right now, he's Bastian. Um, First month, I made around 3.7K USD of real work, which is fucking insane for me, bro. It was a moment I realized I never have to work that fucking miserable 9 to 5 again. So I quit it after the first 2 months because I wanted to proof of concept, and then I never looked back. I worked so hard in the industry that people started to recognize me. I started working with Jeremy Miner after 3 months, and after Jeremy Miner, I started working with one of the biggest YouTube automation coaches as well, not his, but a different one, even bigger than him. Made around 4, 5, 6K each month, got into management, started charging 7, 8K months, and I got to a point where 8, 10K a month was my monthly basis. Which, the money is just a byproduct. I was able to pay my mom's debts, my parents' debts. I've been able to travel around Europe, Germany, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Italy, Spain, Palma de Mallorca, Bulgaria. I've been everywhere. Like right now, I'm going to Bali as well because why not? I know that money is a byproduct, but it helps you live experiences in your 20s that people in their 40s see right now because they work so hard to fucking get there, right? So in 2026, we have the chance to make money from the comfort of our own home or traveling the world as opposed to fucking doing it from a fucking desk or a fucking corporate fucking bullshit agent company. It's just not worth it, bro. Like if you're in a position where you can start something meaningful, fucking do it, bro. Like I have plenty of free resources as well. Watch my fucking YouTube videos. I share plenty of resources on how to find jobs, how to learn the skill. You don't even need to invest if you don't have the money, bro. You can do it for fucking free, man. That's the most important thing that you need to know right now. Again, Giuliano, it was nice to have you here, brother. If you have
Always a
anything
pleasure,
else
man.
you want to tell the guys, do it now. Otherwise, I don't want us to go too long. I think that's enough information for them to realize that if nothing changes, nothing changes. And the most important thing is that you take action now so you make sure 2026 will not end up looking like 2025. So, bro, anything else for the guys that you want to tell? If not, we're good to go.
Alright, so one last thing. One piece of advice I have for everyone watching is me and Sabin, we have something in common. Both of us, both of our journeys are documented. You can see us living a shitty life back in the day, and then you can see us improve consistently. Again, I don't want to get back into getting better at it every single day, but what happened to us, and again another similarity in both of our journey, is us having a mentor. That helped a lot. Not going to lie, you can learn this by yourself again, but getting a mentor will definitely speed up the process by way more. So again, this is up to you guys. Again, as he said, it's up to you, up to how you want to use your resources. But this was my last piece of advice I have for everyone watching. If anyone is on the fence of starting out with Sabin, what I can tell you guys is by getting a mentor, you will instantly have access to his entire network. But if you don't have the resources to do this, of course, again, you can learn this by yourself. There is plenty of resources on the internet, and me personally, I think his videos are the best. So yeah, guys, this is my last piece of advice I have for everyone watching. And yeah, Sabin, was a pleasure. Was a pleasure talking to you.
As
man.
always, brother.
A pleasure.
As always, much love,
Much
guys.
love.
Do better. Take action now, because you're the only one that can save yourself. Nobody's gonna save you but yourself. Get started, bro. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Bro, we forgot to fucking open the
Damn, bro,
champagne,
the most important thing,
the
right?
most important thing, bro, because we deserve it, man.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
actually deserve it. Why not? I'll do it now.